Hello there, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. It's been a while since I posted my last video, and maybe at some point of time I will post some information about it, why there was a break and why I was not available for a while, but today, for now, I would like to focus about the Defiant, a new ship that was introduced during November 2022 arc. If at any point of time you would like to share some thoughts, do it in the comment section, and of course if you like the content, click the like button, click the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet, and join the Big Brain Society. So let's start with Defiant. First thing, for now, you can obtain it in two ways. One is by just spending some money, like $100 pack, or you can wait. And if it goes to waiting, it's gonna take a while, but we already know that within the next 3 months, more or less, you should be able to pick every day one blueprint of the Defiant from the Bajoran faction store and slowly collect them. You need 100 of those blueprints. There's gonna be really few sourced via November missions, so you can get the ship within more or less 3 months if you are free-to-play player. And if you haven't get it yet, that would be probably the best way to actually get that ship. Of course, it has some advantages, but from my point of view, it's a one-trick pony, and I will try to show you why. So let's start with the good things. If you unlock the ship, you're gonna get some additional researches in the Bajoran faction store, and that's gonna speed up your Bajoran loop. And that loop actually is something which for the last few months was a good thing that happened in the game. I mean, I like that one. It brings some value. You can work on some researches that's gonna give you more loot, that's gonna speed up things, that's gonna increase your officer attack, defense, and health. So generally gonna make you a bit stronger player. So that's a good thing. And having that ship, as I said, gonna unlock some additional chests, which you can use every day to get some materials. Those materials are mostly officer blueprints and the ship parts, which are, needed. Whatever level you are, they're gonna be helpful for you because they're gonna allow you to upgrade your other ships much faster. So that's a positive way, and that's a good thing to get that ship. The Defiant itself, it's a ship that, in my opinion, has just one purpose, and that purpose is to allow you to kill bigger Armada targets. And it doesn't matter if they are solo Armada targets or group normal Armada targets, you can use its buff exactly the same way as the Cerritos buff looks like, so you can make your ship a bit stronger. But the important thing is that if you have the Defiant but you didn't do any researches related to the Defiant, it will not work. So you need those researches. You need to go to the Starship research tree and, do a bit of magic there, upgrade your Defiant, or actually upgrade the buffs that it gives, because it actually allows you to be better and kill higher level Armadas. Maybe I'm not the best player to show this example, but looking at my ships, my research, and my Defiant, which is I think tier 3 right now, I was able to move from killing uncommon 53 solo Armadas with just using one ship to be able to kill level 56 uncommon Armadas, solo Armadas, using 3 ships, using Cerritos buff, using exocomps, using clocking, and using Defiant buff on my biggest ship. So there is a bit of value. I was able to just jump up one system and kill a bit stronger Armadas, but for me, for now, I don't think I'm gonna do it a lot, because there is a bigger value if I'm gonna go back to the ships I was able to kill before, so back to those uncommon 53s or rare 54s, etc., and use my strongest ship with the Defiant. Because what Defiant does, if it is included in fight, it doesn't work when you're just using it to buff other ships. You have to have your Defiant actually in the Armada. If you do that, you get more of the loot, which is called edicts. And this edicts is required to open elite loot exchange chest in your Bajoran faction store, and that one gives you actually also nice rewards. So officer blueprints, Armada tokens, and of course ship parts. So that is something good in that ship. So you get 2 values. One is for using the buff and you can maybe then attack the bigger Armadas, but the other one is you include that ship in your solo Armada and you get more of those edicts, which gonna speed up your loop. After you're gonna get your Defiant, how long is it gonna take you to tier it up to tier 2, tier 3, tier 4? Please look at the spreadsheet, which is right now visible in the background, and thanks to the support of Jules Verne, who is collecting all those information, we know that to get to the tier 2 you're gonna probably need to spend like 15 days of opening the chests and getting the materials that it requires. You're gonna need 22 days to go to the tier 3, 28 days to go tier 4, and then it's becoming longer and longer and longer. The ship itself uses 2 types of materials. One is armor parts, and it's like it's similar to uncommon ship parts, and the other is plasma conduits, which is like a rare parts, and you also of course get a little bit less of those rare parts from Bajoran faction store, but you're gonna be collecting them, and I guess like within a year, maybe a bit longer, if you don't spend money on the packs, you will be able to tier your ship to something like 6, 7, maybe even tier 8. So that's the progress of the ship, that's where you can get with it, that's how fast you can tier it up. Now, looking back at what I said, or like what I know about the ship, I think the sourcing is a bit better compared to Mantis, where like you have to have a lot of luck to win some incursions or do some events during incursions which are not 100%, at least for now, related to what you do or like what you can achieve on your own. So basically there is a bit of unknown, and I've heard some people saying, you're gonna get your Mantis within 3 or 4 months if you attend incursions. In my opinion, it's not gonna be like that for every player. I would say maybe a year of collecting of those blueprints for Mantis. It can take a year for some players who are not that lucky or who don't want to spend so much time in the game during incursions, or if nothing changes on the game side. Here, you can be more or less sure that within the 3 months you're gonna get the ship, and then it's gonna take you a few months more to actually upgrade it. After you're going to be able to build it, your Bajoran loop is going to speed up a bit, so you're going to be able to open those chests more often, you're going to be able to get those rewards more often, and this is actually good because this ship speeds up things a bit. We were complaining as a players for a while for the refinery, for the access to some uncommon rare and rare materials. Right now you can also get them from the Bajoran faction store, of course, depending on what you decide. And in the end, Bajoran faction store, those researches, they are worth it. So go there, do those researches. For me, the really nice ones are the ones which increase officer stats. There are also the ones which allows you to get more rewards from Bajoran faction store itself, to gain reputation a bit more, to get more rewards from armadas and targets. Those ones gonna work on the speed, how fast you progress in that loop. But there are also other things like reducing the costs of bar steel, tritanium, dilithium, or materials for base upgrades, and basically other things that more or less should allow you to spend a bit less time in the game, or do things faster, or just progress faster. So, summarizing, I don't think the ship is worth the money for now. Maybe next arc they're gonna introduce something more. Maybe in the next arc it's gonna show us a bit more of its possibilities. Maybe something's gonna change, maybe the ship's gonna be available a little bit sooner. That would be really nice for free-to-play players, but as I said, for now I would not put the money into that ship and just wait when it is available for free, because we know exactly, more or less exactly, when it should happen. Of course, it depends on you how often you're gonna open those chests, which you probably should open every day. That's it for today. I wonder, what do you think about Defiant? What is your opinion? If you have any thoughts, put them in the comment section under this video. I always try to read those comments. Sometimes I also reply if you have any questions, or if there are any things that I can share with you about it. And of course, if you like the content, click the like button under the video. And if you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button and join the Big Brain Society. Thank you very much, everybody. Stay safe. See you next time. Bye bye.